Morning to all. It's my pleasure to cordially invite you to grace the inaugural function of International Conference on Environmental Biotechnology and Biodiversity, a gateway to sustainable future. Now, I take the pleasure to invite the distinguished guest, Professor E. Narayan Garu, Rector of Andhra University. I request Professor V. Sujata Ma'am, HOD of the Department of Chemical Engineering and President of EBIO Conference. I request Monina to hand over the bouquet. I request distinguished guest Professor C.H.V. Ramchandra Murthy Garu, Principal of Andhra University College of Engineering. I cordially invite our guests of honor, Professor K. Ram Mohan Rao Garu, Registrar of Andhra University, to occupy the dais. Now, I request Professor K. Raghubabu Garu, Registrar of AKNU University, Rajahmundry, to please occupy the dais. Thank you, Jansi. I cordially invite our special guest, Dr. G. Srinibabu Garu, President of Omics Group Synchronization, USA, to please occupy your seat on the dais. Thank you, Saranya. Now, I request Dr. Y. Sudhakar Garu, Senior Scientist at Stanford Research Center, California, to please occupy the dais. Thank you, Pranvi. Now, I request Professor P. Ravindra Garu, University of Malaysia, to come and occupy the dais. Thank you, Sirisha. Now, I request Professor D. Sriram Reddy Garu, Co-Chairman of EBIO 2013, to come and occupy the seat on the dais. I request C.H. Asha Emmanuel Raj Garu, Treasurer of EBIO Conference, to please come and occupy the seat on the dais. Now, I request Dr. N.M. Yugandhar Garu, Organizing Secretary of EBIO Conference, to come and occupy the seat on the dais. Thank you, Bharti.
Request Deepika and Mansa to sing a prayer song for us.
पंडिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमट्टाय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलाक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्मसदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्रपरित्रात्रे गुरुपाखण्डखण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गन्धमट्टाय गोजप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय प्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि.
The guests of honor, Professor K. Ramamohan Rao garu, Registrar Andhra University, Professor K. Raghubabu garu, Registrar Adikavi Nanaya University, special guests of the function, Dr. G. Sinibabu garu, President Umix Group, Engg USA, Dr. Y. Sudhakar garu, Senior Scientist, Stanford Research Center, California, Professor P. Ravindra garu, University of Malaysia, Professor D. Sriram Reddy garu, Co-Chairman, Dr. C.H. Asha Emmanuel Raju, Treasurer of the conference, Dr. N.M. Yugandhar, Organizing Secretary, the various dignitaries of the dais, the invited guests, participants, my colleagues, technical and ministerial staff of the Chemical Engineering Department, research scholars, and student friends. Very good morning to all of you, and I invite you all to the inaugural function of two-day international seminar on environmental biotechnology and biodiversity, which is organized by the Department of Chemical Engineering under TECU Phase 2. Professor D. Sriram Reddy garu being the co-chairman of the conference, Professor C.H. Asha Emmanuel Raju, Treasurer, and Professor Dr. N.M. Yugandhar, the Organizing Secretary of the conference. The department has a vast history of 80 years of glorious history. They started in the year 1933, the second oldest department in India, the only department in engineering college to celebrate Platinum Jubilee, 2008 Platinum Jubilee year. Professor C. Venkatara garu, the alumni of this department, served as the first principal of the EU College of Engineering. To cater the needs of mineral industry, MSc overdressing was started in the year 1962, later renamed as MTech Mineral Process Engineering. The Institution of Chemical Engineers and UK and American Institute of Chemical Engineers USA recognized the department as one among the 20 institutes in India, including IITs, and the only department in Andhra Pradesh. The alumni and former faculty headed the departments in almost all the IITs. The department has active alumni association. Dr. Y.V.S. Murthy, the distinguished alumnus of this department, he donated about 2.5 crores towards the construction of the Platinum Jubilee Auditorium. That is the building where we are celebrating the function now. The department has qualified, active and young faculty. 21 out of 23 are awarded PhD degrees. The total strength of the students is around 500. To cater the needs of the industry, the department is offering several courses. Started with a course in BSc, with BSc honors in the year 1933 in chemical technology, with sugar technology and pharmaceutical technology as electives. In the year 1957, BTech Chemical Engineering, a 5-year course, was introduced. In the year 1962, MTech Chemical Engineering and MSc Mineral Process Engineering courses were offered by the department. At present, 2 UG and 5 PG courses are offered by the department. UG courses, BTech Chemical Engineering and BTech Biotechnology, with an intake of 80 students per year, and the 5 postgraduate courses with an intake of 80 students per each course. The MTech courses offered are chemical engineering, mineral process engineering, biotechnology, and industrial pollution control engineering, computer-aided chemical engineering courses in post-graduation are offered. The courses related to the present day conference, MTech Biotechnology, was started in the year 1988 by Prof. C. Ayana, and BTech Chemical Engineering with Biotechnology as elective was started in the year 1993, and BTech Biotechnology was introduced in the year 2009. So far, 30 PhDs are awarded in the area of biotechnology, and more than 300 postgraduate degrees were awarded in biotechnology branch. A good number of conferences, workshops, seminars were organized since the beginning of this department. The present day International Conference on Environmental Biotechnology and Biodiversity is mainly due to the following facts. Human activities always associated with degradation of environment. It may be due to urbanization or industrial activity. Careful management of environment is necessary. In earlier days, it was limited to the cleanliness of the environment. Primitive practices were composting and the utilization as manure. As the time passes, accumulation of waste became a serious problem, need to be addressed or attended. Strategies depends upon the type of waste or pollutant. They may be classified as solid, liquid, gaseous, particulate, and biological. Solid waste management includes composting, landfilling, incineration, and pyrolysis. Liquids are managed by controlling BOD and COD. As the time progresses, contaminants are increasing and warrants newer techniques for the processing. Gaseous pollutants are rather complicated and invisible, harms flora and fauna. The oxides of nitrogen, sulfur, and other noxious gases are harmful gaseous pollutants. Refractory compounds like chlorofluorocarbons and particulate matter, aerosols, need special technologies. With the advent of industrialization, a varied types of chemicals are released to the environment, causes effect on humans and living organisms. Processing becomes complicated. A single procedure cannot remediate the environment. Development of new process with zero discharge of pollutants is strictly insisted by the Pollution Control Board. To accomplish this, development of alternative process, processing of waste to some useful products, bioprocessing of waste streams are some of the tasks to be focused. Chemical engineers are always blamed for the degradation of environments due to the technologies developed. Sometimes they are reprimanded, but industrialization is necessary for human needs and comforts. Therefore, the responsibility lies on the technologies to develop technology which is safe and zero discharge pollutants. I hope that today's conference will address all the problems faced by the mankind and adds to the present knowledge, makes our environments safe and habitable for present and future generations. And the participants may be highly benefited by attending this. I wish the organizers all the best for successful completion of this conference, and also thank them for giving me an opportunity to preside the function. Now, the next program is the co-chairman of the today's conference, Professor D. Sriram Reddy garu, to speak about the conference.
Today's chief guest, Professor E. Narayan garu, Rector, Andhra University, Professor C.H. V. Ramchandramurthy garu, Principal, AUC Autonomous, and Professor K. Ram Mohan Rao garu, Registrar, Andhra University, Professor K. Raghubabu, Registrar, Adikavi Nannaya University, Rajahmundry, Dr. G. Srinu Babu, President, Omics Group Incorporation, USA, Dr. Y. Sudhakar, Senior Scientist, Stanford Research Center, California, Professor P. Ravindra garu, University of Malaysia, our HOD, Madam V. Sujata garu, and Organizing Secretary, Dr. N.M. Yugandhar, and Treasurer of the EBIO, CHAI Raju. It is my great pleasure to inform you that our Department of Chemical Engineering of and the Center for Biotechnology in association with the Omics Group under the TECUP 2 Phase 2 program organizing this important international conference, Environmental Biotechnology and Biodiversity, to commemorate the Silver Jubilee year for Biotechnology Division. Here I am briefly presenting the content theme. Environmental biotechnology can simply be described as the optimal use of nature in the form of plants, animals, bacteria, fungi, and algae to produce renewable energy, food, and nutrients in a synergistic integrated cycle to profit-making process where waste of each process become the feedback for the another process. When the environment on Earth was formed, both evolutionary processes and ecological factors combined to create a complex organism like human being who began to dominate, regulate the environment. Growth of cities, population, explosion, and rapid industrialization development have led to the release of various types of contaminants in the environment. Since the last 60 years, xenobiotic compounds are getting added to the environment, some being highly toxic, mutagenic, and recalcitrant, having the biomagnification properties. These compounds undergo a number of changes in the environment and interact with the living entities, that is cells, organs, tissues, and cause significant impairment of physiological functions. This has caused a drastic reduction in the life expectancy, especially so in developing countries like India, where the unhygienic conditions and improper sanitation prevail. The issues of population, pollution, poverty, and production should not be treated as a separate issues, but as a interactive factors. Considerable debate has been taken place in recent years over the complex issue of environmental implication of population changes and environmental problems. The environment has to sustain not only in basic human needs to survival, but also the conversion of raw materials into products and services. Therefore, there is an urgent need to exploit the biotechnological innovation for food, feed, energy, products, and clean and green environment. Considering the rapid growth of world population and the detrimental impact of agriculture systems on the environment, we need to develop sustainable form of food production. The chemical industry is very keen to applying biocatalysts and genetically modified organisms to use renewable raw material and minimizing the toxic waste generation without increasing the energy consumption. Pharmaceutical and food industries already applying large-scale fermentation techniques, both with or without genetic technology. Redesigning the production process using biotechnological methods has successfully undertaken by the industry, altering the primary producer as a result of genetic modification, adding of enzyme to the residue to reduce the toxicants. Environmental biotechnology expanding, driven by the needs of the society, emerging developments in research, the discovery of new gene products will continue to lead the new commercial products. Important advances have been made in the developing in biofertilizers, biopesticides, bioremediation, biofuels, biopolymers, and bioplastics, biofilters, biosensors, waste management, and biodiversity. The global biosphere can survive only if resources utilization is about 1%, not 10%. The global environment is regulated by climatical changes and biosphere dynamics. Knowledge about biodiversity accumulated in the last 250 years is being used by scientists throughout the world. There are many gene banks, botanical gardens, herbaria for conservation purposes. There are also molecular approaches, including DNA fingerprinting for plant conservation. The totality of gene species and ecosystems have become exceedingly important, not only to understand the global environment, but also for the viewpoint of enormous commercial significance of the biodiversity. Biotechnology has become a major tool in conservation biology. 12% of the vascular plants are threatened with extinction. Over 5,000 animal species are threatened worldwide, including 563 Indian species. India also has 2,000 species vascular plants that are threatened. Biodiversity is under threat. Understanding the scale of the destruction and extinction is essential. Questions such as who owns the biodiversity, who should benefit from it, and what is the role of society, the individual, are pertain. I would like to quote a proverb, Kashmiri proverb, that we have not inherited the world from our